Hey guys, welcome to my wood pile again. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this very rotted, very used stump. A few days ago, Mike Travis, a good buddy of mine, met him through Facebook, and he has a channel on YouTube as well, which I highly suggest checking out. Put some very entertaining, very educational videos together, which I appreciate, and I really appreciate the friendship we've put together, so to speak. Anyway. He was talking about some River Birch. I've always heard of it being in my area, but I've never been able to find it. Haven't really gone out of my way to find it either. I've searched my personal property and properties surrounding mine that I have permission to use, pretty much free reign, but no dice there. There's a river / creek. It's kind of in between sizes. It's called a creek, but it's kind of big for a creek in my opinion. But regardless, either way, it's about 2 miles from here. And Mike Travis posted that video up, and just kind of spurred me on to get to searching a little bit more thoroughly around here. So yesterday I took my family out, spent the afternoon just having fun, throwing rocks in the creek and exploring and walking down some railroad tracks that go by that area. Anyway, I think I may have actually found some. The trees look a little bit different than what he posted, but you guys know how things don't always translate through video cameras and cameras on the internet to what it looks like in real life exactly. So at least do my best to show you what I got here. Larry Roberts sent me this stuff. If you saw my last 52 ferro rod fire, week number 9 I think it was, Larry Roberts sent me some, I think it's just regular birch as far as I know, birch bark. Let's see if we can get that. It's just well, I mean, most are familiar with what it looks like, at least by camera, but smooth-ish bark, peels off in chunks, kind of like thick paper or cardboard. Inner bark is dark and pretty uniform, but straight, easily pronounced grain. Just peels apart in layers like that, as you can see. Anyway, just for reference, there's what I would consider regular birch bark. I'm sure there's a proper name for it, and forgive my ignorance there. I really need to educate myself on that sort of thing. But anyway, got myself a Hidden Woodsman tinder bag, semi full of it. In fact, I mailed about half of this off to another friend of mine about 30 minutes ago. But anyway, this is what we came up with. And I will splice in pictures of those trees, just so you guys can see what I was looking at. I wasn't in a position to film. The banks were steep, and I was crawling down those banks by myself, and I didn't feel like dropping a $400 phone into the creek. So anyway, I just took pictures. This is what we have, and I'll put the pictures in right about here. So you can see the trees, but this is what came off. It rained pretty much all day yesterday, and so it didn't really want to come off in sheets very well. It was wanting to stick to the tree. I could tell, at least it kind of hinted at, that if it were drier, it probably would have come off better. But that is what we have. On the outside, it just kind of flaked off, and on the inside, a lighter in color, but very similar in look and somewhat in texture to what Larry sent me. It's definitely thinner, and I'll be honest, I've already played around with this stuff a couple of times. I actually filmed the original of this last night about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the lighting wasn't good enough to do this justice. I mean, the video was okay, but I'd prefer to have this in a more lit setting. So anyway, without further ado, here's some of the thicker pieces. And I will say, kind of tame this down a little. Pine. Tame this down a little bit so we don't have a bonfire here. Like I said, it's thinner, and so, you know, I showed at least one way that I figured out to do it, and that I've seen on other videos of the regular birch bark, the stuff Larry sent. You have to kind of scrape it and dust it up or duff it up a little bit to get it to go. This stuff, it seems to work better if you process it like regular bark or inner bark, but I'll go ahead and show what it does if you don't do anything to it. And this stuff has had about 12 hours to dry out, so, you know, it may have changed. See, the sparks just kind of bounce off it like it did on the other birch. But if you take it, crumple it up, and treat it like you would say inner poplar bark or cedar or something like that. Create like a little nest. And then I found, just like with the other birch, get a good piece here. Get an original flame. And this wind is playing havoc with me. Get my shadow out of the way. And add to it. It just takes off. And it burns with the same black smoke. It's that same kind of slight burnt tarry smell that the stuff that Larry sent did. And it doesn't burn as well, but whether this is real river birch or not, this is a nice tinder to have around here. I mean, I may have to travel a little bit for it, but it's nice to have. Something else to, you know, have in my bag of tricks, so to speak, I guess. But, and definitely fun to play with. So, anyway, Mike, this is my response to your river birch video. And, man, I really appreciate you showing me what it looks like and getting us out there as a family. We had a great time. And probably wouldn't have done that, gotten out, at least doing that, if it hadn't been for you encouraging us to do so. So, thank you very much. Thanks for showing us what it looked like. And I appreciate the trouble you went to take that video, man. Thanks. You guys have a good day.